Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back. And so today, just a video I wanted to make, talk about this subject, my favorite subject, to kind of talk about Google Pixel phones. I really like Google Pixel phones, and you guys probably already know that already. You guys are probably sick and tired of me talking about Google Pixel phones. A perspective about the Google Pixel phones, because they are phenomenal devices. They're really good with photography, which, I like taking photos and capturing memories for the family. And, whether people want to admit it or not, they're really good with video too as well. Now, of course, people will say that the king of video is iPhone, and thus that is true. That's the throne that the iPhone sits on. But when it comes to photography, the Pixels sit on that throne. There are a lot of other companies, a lot of other devices that come close. Sometimes they do just certain things a little bit better than the Pixels do when it comes to still photography, but that's like having 10 boxes and maybe that phone checking off 3 of the 10 while Google checks all 10. But again, when it comes to that type of stuff, I understand it's subjective. So somebody else is going to have a different opinion. They're not going to like the way photos are taken with the Google Pixels, and they can probably post a very long comment on this video talking about their reasons why they think that the Pixels aren't king of still photography. Now, I'm not here to debate anybody about that. Currently, right now, what I am using is the Pixel 2 XL on Los Mobile. I went back to this phone, and my Pixel 3a on Fi. So my 4, which I'm recording with, my 4A, my 5 is in the desk. And this will probably be in my pockets for like the next couple of days, maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks. But that's the thing about Google Pixels. And I've noticed this about myself, and I'll share this, because in case someone else is kind of the same way, maybe they can, relate, maybe not. But I've used many different phone companies. I've used Samsung, LG, I've used Kyocera, I've used Huawei, I've used Honor, HTC. I've used a lot of different brands. But the one thing I noticed when I use those brands is say take LG for example. I really like the Stylo series. I had the G Stylo. When the Stylo 2 came out, I ended up getting that. When the Stylo 3 came out, I ended up getting that. When the Stylo 4 came, I got that one. Now the thing is as I progressed through each new iteration of that signature line of the Stylo, I never found myself going back to the older Stylos. When I did, it was for YouTube purposes, to do a follow-up video, maybe use the phone for a day just to get reacquainted with it, and then activation was put back on the newer Stylo. And the same thing is with Motorola. I'm using the Moto E2. What was the other one? The Moto E5, Moto E5 Plus, I think. No, Moto E4 Plus. But the Moto E4 and the Moto E4 Plus, using those, and I never went back to the Moto E2. With Google Pixels, it's different, right? So my very first Google Pixel phone was the Pixel 3, and then I got the Pixel 3a, and after the Pixel 3a, I ended up getting a Pixel 1 and a Pixel 1 XL, and then the Pixel 2, the Pixel 2 XL, the Pixel 4, and then I got the Pixel 4a, and then Carlos gifted me the Pixel 5. So I have all generations of the Pixels. But the thing is that even though I've been using the Pixel 5 and that has been my daily driver for a while since getting it, I always find myself going back to the Pixel 2 XL, Pixel 3a, Pixel 1 XL. I tend to go back to those, but it's not for YouTube purposes, use it for one day and put it back. But I actually juggle the SIM card throughout these phones a lot and use these phones for sometimes the short time, 2 days, longest a week and a half. It's because each of these phones are great. Yes, the Pixel 2 XL, solid device. And with the Pixel 3a, solid budget Pixel. Gotta give it to you. It's the very first one. It didn't flop. It sold well. I think it outsold the Pixel 3s. And yeah, I go back to them. Sad enough, this is not in the beta program, so you can't put Android 12 on this and try and test it out. It's no longer supported. It's going to be forever on Android 11 if you have it on stock. If you root it yourself, you can probably install Android 12 like a custom ROM once Android 12 is officially rolled out. And I think Android 12 would look solid on the Pixel 2. The new UI changes and everything like that, I think would go hand in hand with the Pixel 2 XL. I think, with Google, they did a very smart choice, allowing LG to have their footprint on the 2 XL. Rumor has it that initially HTC was going to do both the 2 and the 2 XL, but Google didn't like the way that the 2 XL version from HTC was going to look like, so they gave that option to LG to design, and LG designed this, which was a very good design. This is a phablet, which I'm sure you guys will remember, haven't heard that term in a long time, but this is a phablet phone. Big phone, and you guys know me, I like smaller phones, but this is one of the only big phones that I like that is comfortable for me to use daily. And the 3A is right along there with it. It's not that much shorter than the 2XL. I just love the quirkiness about it. The panda color effect on the 2XL, I think is pretty solid. The orange accent button right there is actually nice. The purplish 3A with the neon yellowish green power button. I mean, it's just, there are all kinds of things about the Pixel besides the stock Android experience that are on these devices. The still photography is really, really good, whether people want to admit it or not, but the videos are good. Taking videos with the Pixels, and yeah, they don't sit on the throne as king of videography, but videos for them are really good. I mean, I'm going to say it like it is. You can say I'm biased. You can call me out and say, hey, you're being biased, and whatever. But I've had people tell me that some of the videos I've done, that the video quality is really good, and those videos were shot using a Pixel device. So it's not really me that's telling that. It's actually people who've left comments saying the video quality is good. At the end of the day, yes, I know. Some people would be like, well, I couldn't use a 2XL because it's not 5G capable. Couldn't use a 3A because it's not 5G capable. I understand that. And that 5G is absolutely important for you to have right now to know. I would not even suggest it. But to be quite honest with anybody else who doesn't, who's not too concerned about having 5G connectivity, if you want to try a Pixel experience, you don't want to spend $699 on a Pixel 5, and maybe you want to stay under the budget of $300 because otherwise I would say if the 5's too expensive, get the 4A 5G, but or the 5A that's coming out. You can go and find yourself a Pixel 2 XL for less than $200, and I swear it's going to be a sweet experience. You will not be missing a lot compared to the Pixel 5, other than you won't have the full display, so you'll still have a chin and a forehead bezel on the phone itself, which houses the front-firing speakers, which I really, really like. Big display, sound blazing right at me. This is great for me to watch movies and everything like that. And with Los Mobile, I got all the data that I need to stream movies, stream YouTube, whatever I want. My 3A, solid device all the way around. DS support, so I could run 2 SIMs in here. And the audio and everything is loud. The camera is bar none same as a Pixel 2 XL, taking photos. Yes, of course, the processor chips is different, and this doesn't have the dedicated chip for image processing like the Pixel 3 does. So yes, it does process images about 3 seconds slower than the Pixel 3. That's not a deal breaker for me. In all, these are very solid devices. I still would recommend them. To anyone that asks, I would still recommend them. And that's, my experience with Google Pixel phones. I tend to keep going back to the older ones because they yield a pretty good experience. And I don't feel like that I'm handicapped in any way going back to an older device like the 2XL versus the Pixel 5. I don't feel that large timeline gap. But anyways, that's just my thoughts on these older Pixel devices. Let me know what you guys' thoughts are in the comment section of the video. Smash the like button if you guys enjoyed it. Links in the description for my other channels if you want to check them out. I'm doing some stuff on there, just kind of like mixing it up and doing different things. You guys check them out if you guys want to. And yeah, that's it for right now. Now I'm gonna jam out of here. You guys should too. Happy hump day. It is hump day, right? What is today? Yep, hump day. Y'all take it easy. As always, Aloha.